Hi, so what I'm working on today on this 71 Karmann Ghia, right now it's just been primed. I still got to do filler primer, about 3 coats, but before I start getting carried away with the filler primer, there's a few things I want to do before I start painting so I don't mess up the paint. One of them is I would like to keep it sort of factory looking on the inside, but with like a few modern elements. One of them was I wanted to have power windows, and I will make a video on installing the power windows. Also pop locks. You can't see them, but I got these online. You can't really see through here. They're just, you know, actuators like servos that I will install here so I can pop open the doors and still use the door mechanism on the inside as well. However, because I've got power running into the doors, I don't want to have, like a lot of cars have, a piece of the wire with rubber coming through from the chassis to the door. So I wanted it to be sort of wireless, if that makes sense. So there's a company from Dakota, digital.com, and they make these magnum shooters. They come in 2, 3, 4, etc. So I got the 4 so I can run the power door switch, and I can also do the pop locks, run electrical through them. These are cool little gadgets. Basically, one's going to go on the body inside the door, and then one's going to go inside the door. And I've measured them 100 times because the inside here is a little wider, the door from the door itself. So I just made sure I got the right measurements. Excuse me. So I am getting ready now to start drilling these out. However, in the planogram that they give you, it shows you the dimensions for all of their digital shooters that they have. I've got the 4-pin, and this is all in inches. I'm used to metric, but you can do it in inches. So what I got was, I just used this frog tape. This is the delicate surface frog tape. And the reason I use this one is so I could lay this over the little planogram, the diagram they give me. And if I put it on top of this one and lay it on top, you can still see it's transparent. So that way I was able to just use, I just used a small Sharpie, and I can mark my points where I'm going to be drilling my holes. So I drew a template, and that way I can just peel this off, and as you can see I put it on here. For the wind up, you know, for your windows, I'm still going to use the original one. So what I used was a company by Auto Lock, and it comes with different attachments to fit different ones. If it doesn't, these don't fit, I'll fabricate one from the original and make it work with this. This is the electric, and basically you put your original handle on it. So when you push down, the window will go down, and when you pull it up, the window will go up. Some of you may hate that I'm doing this, but this is my car, and this is something I want to be driving every day, just for convenience. So that will be going in here, and I'll try and make a video on how all this gets put together, but one step at a time. So what I'm getting ready to do now is I'm going to drill a very small pilot hole in the top and bottom where these will go in. I recessed them in a little bit because if I had them further out, they would stand out a bit when you shut the door and you'd be able to see them. There is a flange on these, so when you measure the two up together, because this flange is going to be coming out here and there's a flange going to be coming out here, I was a little worried at first that when I shut the door they're going to squeeze and it's going to interfere with the door closure. But when I put the two together and I measured, there's about 6 millimeters. Sorry again, I'm a Brit and it's all metric for me. So it's about 6 millimeter total for the two. So when I shut the door and measured, there's a 10mm gap, so that's not going to interfere. Now with these are brass connections and they spring up and down, and there's an adjustment at the bottom. So if I needed them to come out further and they weren't closing correctly, because when you open and close the door, this is what makes the contact, and when they push all the way in. But if they're too far out, you just have a little screw on the back side and you can screw them in and adjust like so. So right now I'm going to start drilling out, take my time drilling. I'm going to use a little Dremel tool to cut the inner circle out. Obviously I don't want to cut the outer circle out, and then these will slide in, and then it comes with little self-tapping screws, and these will screw in like this, and obviously then I have to do the other door. And then when I get to doing the window mechanism, I'll show you how the progress, how I do that. I'm learning as I go along, so just keep tuned, and thanks for watching.